Hello traders, the title of the video is how to overcome price action scalping trading challenges step free. Alright, are you ready? Are you ready for step free? Alright, we will be talking about scalping trading on a lower time frame and using predictive fractal pattern. Now, traders that have been following us for some time know that I love that word very much, predictive fractal pattern. They say, hey, George is always proud of that. So don't worry about it. But I said it because sometimes when we talk about fractal, a lot of traders think of candlestick, fractal. This is the general knowledge. But that's why in every video I try to mention to traders that the predictive fractal pattern has something to do with Benoit Mandlbrot, a French American, that talk about fractals. So it has nothing to do with the candlestick pattern. Now, by saying this, it will also help Google algorithm to classify this video at the right place instead of mixing it with the normal fractals. Alright, now, how do we overcome price action scalping trading challenges? Step 3. Now, for traders that are joining us on the way, you want to know what we are doing here. The reason why I'm recording this series of video, this is what we are talking about. Trader post a comment. I always read the comment, and some of the comments get me too excited. I'm not saying that all comments do not make me excited, but sometimes those comments will generate a series of video, and this is one of them now, because a trader Tariq asked a question relating to a specific video. I want to refresh your memories. All right, that video. So you can go back and watch that video and see why, in the name of God, somebody should put a comment like that. So the title of that video is discussing how to trade price action simply, more accurately, at 24 Stock Trader YouTube channel. Digit 2, Digit 4 Stock Trader YouTube channel. So if you watch that video, you understand what we are doing here. All right. So that trader did mention that this strategy is true, it's brilliant, it's simple, it's straightforward, but when we try to use it only on a lower time frame, we can face a lot of challenges, especially if you are trading Forex, where the volatility is high. The comment that the gentleman posted was in French, but my answer is in English, because the official language of that channel is in English. I could have answered the question in French, but I don't want to go into French mode on YouTube. I love to speak with my beautiful English accent. Oh. So I know my friend American, I say, I'm not very sure about that, George. Okay. All right. So enough of my blah, blah, blah. So how do we use predictive fractal patterns, to overcome price action scalping trading challenges? Now, I need to explain to traders that the predictive fractal pattern trading strategy are advanced trading methods. It's quite complex sometimes to use those predictive fractal patterns. So for those reasons, I will not try to mystify you or try to complicate the subject to them. I will give you one simple examples that you can use. One simple predictive fractal pattern. In this case, we will use a double bottom chart pattern, all right, or a double top chart pattern. So when is a double bottom chart pattern? When can a double bottom chart pattern becomes a double bottom chart pattern? So when we are talking about predictive fractal pattern, it's a pattern that usually form on a higher time frame, and that pattern will start copying itself and pasting itself, so to speak, on the lower time frame. So you see, for instance, double top on the weekly chart, and suddenly you see the same double top happening on the 4-hour time frame. On the hourly time frame, you will see again, almost sometimes with the same structure, sometimes with a little bit of difference, on a 50-minute time frame, on a 5-minute time frame, even on a 1-minute time frame. Because there's a big daddy, double top on a higher time frame that is creating its own grandchildren, so to speak. Are you getting the message now? On the lower time frame. Those are predictive fractal patterns. Because we know that there is a bigger pattern somewhere, and that pattern is copying itself, replicating itself, duplicating itself, and pasting itself on various time frames, we can take advantage of that. Sometimes the opposite will take place. All right, it's the little child that is creating the pattern on the higher time frame. So, for instance, trader who understand area wave, you may see, for instance, a pattern on a 3-minute time frame, and that pattern will expand itself. You will see the structure of the pattern, the Fibonacci ratio, the structure of the pattern will copy itself on the hourly time frame, and then again on the daily chart, even on the monthly chart, even on the yearly chart. That pattern has started on the 3-minute time frame, but it's copying itself and expanding itself with almost the same form and shape and structure on a higher time frame. This is a predictive fractal pattern. Now, don't get confused. I'm trying to explain first, then we go back to the topic, okay? So this is very important. So don't go away, all right? Sometimes the pattern, okay, I said to you, form on the higher time frame, go to the lower time frame, and then expanding itself from the lower time frame to the higher time frame, and so on. Sometimes the pattern may be formed, another financial instrument may form. So, for instance, stock that belong to the same group. Look, talking about, for instance, a component of the Dow 30, or a component of the Nasdaq 100, or a market leader may exhibit a specific pattern because it's a leader in that group. It will impose, so to speak, that pattern on other component of the same group. So we see a pattern, for instance, on Apple stock, which is a market leader for the tech sector. A similar pattern we see on other stocks. This is a predictive fractal pattern. All right. So this is to give you a taste of this topic that is quite advanced that we can use to forecast, the market. It's not an exact science. It's an observation. Something is happening. We keep our eye wide open. We say, well, this thing looks like the same structure that we have seen on a weekly chart. What's going on here? Is it going to do the same thing I've done on a weekly chart? Let's keep eyes on it. This is it. All right. We don't just buy and sell because of that. We don't get too excited. Though it's a very exciting subject, don't jump on it and just buy and sell. Because sometimes you'll be surprised the price will do something else. Okay. So now let's calm ourselves down a bit. As you can see, I'm a bit excited about the predictive fractal pattern. Now, to overcome price action scalping trading challenges using predictive fractal pattern, I will not bore you. Use a double top, a double bottom chart pattern. And I will show you one example here that is happening on the daily chart. Okay, so look carefully here. There was a double bottom chart pattern. Almost, not equal, almost double. We will call this a double bottom chart pattern. Okay, in this zone. So if I highlight that zone, look carefully. I'm drawing two lines. I'll color one in orange and one in pink, so you can see clearly on your chart. In that zone, in the past, there was a double bottom chart pattern. Now, one more thing. Sometime the pattern will be formed on the same time frame, but the pattern will be formed in the past. So there was a double bottom chart pattern in the past year. That pattern will project itself in the future, will copy itself and paste itself in the future. So you see, in this zone, almost in the same zone, we have again a double bottom chart pattern. Almost, this is a predictive fractal pattern happening on the daily chart. So it has happened before in the same zone, it's happening again in the same zone. This pattern is a predictive fractal pattern. If you look carefully again, will you agree with me that we are having a kind of a double bottom pattern here? Almost. All right, but the double bottom chart pattern is ready only when the price breaks above the nut. And the nut is this one here, and the nut is this one here. Okay, so will you agree that this is so? A double bottom chart pattern is being copying itself in this zone. Yes or no? So the point I'm making to you, if you see a predictive fractal pattern on the daily chart, all right, or on a higher time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, on the 2-hour time frame, on the hourly time frame, and you recognize that this is a predictive fractal pattern. So for this demonstration, we want to talk about double bottom predictive pattern, predictive fractal pattern, or a double top predictive fractal pattern. So this is to simplify, okay, the strategy. It can become too complex. So look for a predictive double bottom chart pattern, predictive double top chart pattern on a daily chart, okay, weekly chart, higher time frame, 2-hour time frame, 30-minute time frame. Now in the same zone, and then you go to a lower time frame. You can see now we have a smaller double bottom chart pattern on a daily chart. We know that there is a link between the daily chart and the hourly time. Let's go to the hourly time frame. We want to concentrate in this zone. I'm going to put a vertical line there. If we see a double bottom chart pattern being formed on the hourly time frame in that area, we will say that, all right, on the daily. So you may say it's the same. Yes, it's the same double bottom that we see on the daily chart that is showing here. But that pattern that we are seeing now on the daily chart, all right, is a pattern that had been formed before on the daily chart. You remember in the past, as we were looking on this side, there was here, one here, and again, it's being formed again here. It's a predictive fractal pattern on the daily chart and also on the hourly time frame. So now we know that there is a double bottom chart pattern that is copying itself and pasting itself on various time frames. Now let's go to the 10-minute time frame. So if you see like this, if you see that there is a phenomenon going on, a double bottom is copying itself, or double top, predictive double top is copying itself all over the place. If you are scalping, look for that pattern. That's it. Look for that pattern. And if you see one, trade it, scalp, trade it. Or if you see one like this on the daily chart, you know that this is a predictive double bottom chart pattern. Now go to the 3-minute time frame and trade the price action. Or go to your 1-minute time frame after you have identified a predictive fractal pattern, a predictive double top, a predictive double bottom on the daily chart, hourly time frame. Go to your lower time frame and expect, okay, a burst, so to speak, of a short-term momentum coming from that predictive fractal pattern. Am I making sense? So all we are doing here, okay, talking about every trading strategy, is that the first step is to find a good reason why we should buy and sell. This is about the trading setup. So in this case, the good reason or the trading setup is a predictive double top or double bottom that is copying itself and duplicating itself on various time frames. So, all right, are you getting it now? So, okay, I'm going to the. I can't see anything on the. I can't see it. I'll go on a 50-minute time frame. Okay, so not only so, I don't want to complicate the subject. So another thing you can understand, if the pattern that is a predictive fractal pattern, if that pattern is bullish, all right, you will be looking for bullish chart pattern. Are you confused? Don't get confused. So we are talking about double top and double bottom predictive fractal pattern that are copying themselves on various time frame or on the same time frame, projecting themselves into the future. All right. Now, if that pattern is also a bullish pattern, all right, we will be giving priority to bullish pattern when we are scalping trade. So because a double bottom is copying itself on various time frame, I come on a 5-minute time frame. Now it's a bullish chart pattern, yes or no? Now I see an inverted head and shoulder chart pattern here. I will give priority to that. I will take advantage of that because I know that there is a predictive bullish chart pattern that is copying itself all over the place. Therefore, I must give priority to bullish chart pattern. You need to be a little bit careful with this strategy. That's why I say, It's very exciting. And if you use it for the first time, okay, you can get a bit addicted to it and you can get carried away with it. Don't do that. Sometimes it will work beautifully and sometimes it will not. So pay attention to the price action. And as always, okay, use a demo account, practice, gain some experience and some skills, understand the topic of a predictive fractal pattern, and then use it like a pro. Here we have again on a 5-minute time frame a kind of a double bottom chart pattern. Because of that predictive fractal pattern that is in place, I will take advantage of this double bottom chart pattern on a 5-minute time frame. As always, take it with a bit of short, all right, and work on it before going, okay, all over the place, jumping, all right. Very excited. Trader can be very, very excited, all right, but don't get too excited. Be composed. That's what I said. Be composed and disciplined. All right. Does it make sense? Let's go now to the. Okay. So sometimes, as I told you, now we see that the phenomenon, the predictive fractal pattern, is being formed on the daily chart in this zone. All right. Now, I will show you one more example to get you a bit excited about this topic. Now, there was something more that was happening on the monthly chart. That predictive fractal pattern on the monthly chart is causing that scenario. So here, if you pay, now I want to draw your attention to another vertical line. I'll remove my first one, and I will get your attention to this one so you may understand more. Okay, what I'm discussing here. About using the predictive fractal pattern. So pay attention to the red vertical line. So again, this is a bullish chart pattern, all right, a double bottom being formed on the monthly chart. I say to swing traders that if you are swing trading, look for double bottom and double top on the monthly chart and use a top down trading. So you can see this is a low and this low is a double bottom, price went up, okay? So the first one here, if we are not missing more information here, accept that. And now again, the same. So it's finding a support, forming a low. Each time it comes here, it's finding a support. A double bottom, all right, and so on, all right. But this one, you can see that this one has failed. Why? Why this one has failed? Because it did not go above. It's supposed to be the nut. Here, it went above. It's supposed to be the nut. Okay, now again, right here, again, the same place, a low. Now, there's a phenomenon that is happening. Right? Finding support in this zone, yes or no? On the monthly chart, we have a double bottom, okay, to a certain degree, if you accept that. Now, if you pay attention to the vertical line there, all right, this red one, and we go to the daily chart, you'll see if I'm correct. Pay attention to the red line. Where is it? Here it is, you see? Here it is. So remember what I said to you also. If it is a bullish chart pattern that is copying itself all over the place, give precedence to, okay, bullish chart patterns. All right. If it is a bearish chart pattern that is a predictive, okay, fractal pattern, give priority to the bearish chart pattern, any bearish chart pattern. So here in the same area you see here, that's where the thing is happening, is retesting the same level. On a daily chart, what do we see? We see an inverted hand that shows that chart pattern. I will definitely be part of this swing trade. This is the phenomenon of the predictive fractal pattern. So it's copying what I call the bullishness all over the place. Either the shape and the form as the form of a double bottom, all right, or it's copying the market sentiment, which is the bullish. So you start seeing bullish chart pattern copying themselves all over the place. And as a scalper, we can take advantage of that. So, but the first thing that we are looking for, as I told you, in every strategy, we are looking for a good reason why we should buy and sell. In this case, we are looking for a predictive fractal pattern on a higher time frame. And then we know the pattern, we recognize the pattern, we ask, is it bullish, is it bearish? And now we go to a lower time frame, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and play with the same pattern or play with the bullishness or the bearishness of that pattern for scalping trading using the price action alone. Is it too complicated for you? Or do you think that you can swallow that? Let us know in the comment section. This is about how to overcome price action scalping trading challenges, step 3, using predictive fractal pattern. If you want to have a bit of idea about the predictive fractal pattern trading, there is a web page at dayprotrader.com. I'm still working on that. I will be writing more on that subject, okay? So traders may master, okay, the predictive fractal pattern trading, all right? So this will conclude our discussion today about how to overcome price action scalping trading challenges, step 3. I invite you now to follow me in step 4, and I'll keep it to myself for now, and we'll be talking more about the last step that we should take to overcome the price action scalping trading on the lower time frames. All right. If you find this video truly useful, all right, let us know by sticking your beautiful thumbs ups. All right. If you think that is another disgusting poor performance, blah 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 blah, with all kind of useless predictive topics, okay, do not go away. Mark it down. Alright, but if you think this is an essential tutorial, feel free to share with your friend on Google+, on Twitter, and also on Facebook. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the GSTW24 traders talking about how to overcome price action scalping trading challenges, step 3. See you in step 4.